I'm wondering if I'm going to know exactly what you're talking about with this.
It's not the video that I'm going to show you. The video is indicative of what I'm talking about, okay? Tell me if you can kind of pick what it is about this that is irritating.
The entire journalism
knew that it was gonna
industry
be
is
this.
basically in
Did you?
a free
Yeah.
fall. Today, the Los Angeles Times laid off 115 employees. They wiped out their entire DC bureau in an election year. They laid off...
Now, we don't have to watch this whole thing. But first off, great news that she's trying to trying to push as bad news.
It's their whole it's like they're trying to connect with you by showing, hey, look, I've got this little dinky microphone.
Thank you.
I'm so connecting to you.
I'm glad that you knew what I meant. Why do they hold the lav? The point of the lav is that you clip it on. And then you see these kids that are like trying to whisper in their room so their parents don't hear. And they're wearing the
AirPods.
Not AirPods, the earbud, the bud. That's important
it's
because it's
got
got
the
the
mic.
wire with the little mic. And so you're talking like this into the mic. But it's like it's an aesthetic. It's not like an actual...
Yeah.
I shared this frustration with Kelly the other day. She said, well, I think sometimes people hold it so that it doesn't like rustle. And I'm like, yeah, but then it's going like this the whole time we're talking.
Yeah. That's what
drives
she's
me
doing.
Freaking up the wall.
I've never heard anybody say it. It's always annoyed me.
And she's got an actual like professional lav mic. Why is she doing this?
I don't know. It is weird. And then they throw up these random clips constantly that you can barely even read, and then they act like super professional, like they've come up with this amazing video, but it's like, you're trying to sound professional.
Do you get paid to do this stuff on TikTok? I can't imagine putting this much effort into something that's going to just get... I mean, obviously this went viral, but normally something like this is just gone in a day or something. Like you just spend all that time on it.
I don't know, man. I think that a lot of people go viral on TikTok. I truly think that if I put stuff on TikTok, I could come up with stuff to do on there.
You should.
I think it would get. I bet I could get hundreds of thousands of views.
You should just say for 1 month, I'm just gonna try it and see after 1 month, and then at worst, you just make a YouTube video saying this was my experience trying to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
and you could make a really interesting. Heck, you could make an if-then episode about that.
That's
too.
true.
That would be pretty interesting. And then you would know. And then I would know.
And I say that not that because I'm talented, but because I think that they actually try to hook you. Like TikTok specifically, it's like, hey, make up views.
Yeah.
Say he got 60,000 views.
Yeah.
Just put the bots on it to watch it. And then you're like, oh my God, you get this high of, what's the next thing I'm gonna do? Then they do it again and again. Then they make you have less views. Then you're like, oh my God, I have to do more.
Yeah.
I literally believe that they do that to enslave you. I don't think that it's actually real.
Yeah.
There are people who that I know who are creators who really do have followings and they really are talented. But the majority of these people who are out here and they are going viral constantly, I think it all started with them being hooked like a drug. They're making crappy content, but they're sending bots to go watch this stuff.
Yeah.
And if you watch these videos where it's the people who have created these tools, as they say, to get people to stay on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Not like when we were kids, there was nothing. It's like, okay, so a friend posted a status. It's in order. We can just watch, we can read their status. We can read the next status. They posted it 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
There was no you needed, other than like the red notification popping up that you got a message on Facebook or something like that. But it wasn't like it is now, where they're literally manipulating the orientation of how you're reading a sad thing, then a happy thing, then a political thing. Yeah, it's crazy. I think that TikTok does that to like the extreme.
Yeah.
And and they're faking views and stuff, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
And
I've never really been on it, though.
Everybody thinks they're a little news reporter holding their... It's almost like you're holding the mic, and that's a way of saying, hey, this is my news report.
I'm one of you.
I'm one of the people, but I'm also going to educate you now.
Well, I don't know this, but the first time I ever saw this, and I could be completely wrong with this, but the first time I personally ever saw this, and when I saw everybody start to do it, is when a guy named Ryan something, I can't remember his name, but he did a thing on YouTube where you guys know what I'm talking about, but he did a thing where he tried to cross the country with just 1 penny, and then he would buy something with a penny and then sell it and get more money. He did that. And he did that with the earbuds and the thing because he was out on the road doing this. And he was like, and it was funny because his whole shtick was, I'm going to do what kind of stuff like Mr. Beast does with no money.
Yeah.
and he went crazy viral.
Yeah.
And so after that, I've noticed a ton of people doing that same thing. His was kind of like a funny joke.
Yeah.
That was self-aware to the fact that he was doing this because he was like, hey, look, I have no money. I have 1 penny. I'm using this thing.
Yeah.
And I saw everybody do it after that. Like unapologetically, this isn't a joke. This is like her weirdly like, she's like 37 and she's like wearing her hat backwards or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. People will come and be like, no, they do it because this. They're going to explain to it. We're going to get educated. We're going to get lav mic educated.
I need the education. Thank you.
To understand why lav mics have been used wrong all these years and you're actually supposed to hold it. Okay.
Thank you.